Hey, though, you wasn't there. Volume 2. You dig me, big baby? We coming back with the podcast, man. You understand me? This time's edition is gonna be the making of I Smell Jealousy. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I mean? The famous, the legendary cougnut, the rebel. You understand me? Rest in peace to the icon, my big homie, my big brother, my mentor. Dig what I'm talking about, big baby? You understand me? I love y'all for tuning in and rock with me. You understand me? Right now, we record live from the Zen Den, right? But as we get our motion going, as we build up some steam, we're going to get a little bit more professional every time, a little bit more, you understand me, authentic. It's already authentic because it's coming from, you understand me, your favorite family member, the voice of the people. Do you hear me, big baby? But as we get better, you know what I mean, more episodes, we're going to start filming from a different location. Probably going to be Glow House Studio with my big cousin, Sil. Salute. But you know what I mean, right now, we recording live in the Zen Den. Do you hear me, big baby? You understand me? But anyway, you wasn't there, volume 2. You understand me? The making of I Smell Jealousy. So, you understand me? You don't know how I got to do it. Yeah. You know I got to get right. You understand me? Get right, big baby. Yeah, but check this out, though. So, give y'all a little bit of history, right? So, I've been knowing Nut since I was knee-high to a grasshopper, since I was a baby, you feel me? Nut used to rock with not only my big cousin Duke, but also my big cousin Dre. Rest in peace to Dre, you feel me? He looked up to Dre, you feel me? Like, Dre was always a real legendary figure, you feel me? A epic storyteller, you dig? And a lot of the dudes in the neighborhood, not only was he raw and a basketball legend from Lakeview in San Francisco, but also he ran with some real gigantic figures, you know what I mean? The James Beasleys and the Tatums and all that, you dig what I'm talking about? So Dre was one of them guys, man, a real solid individual, full of game, you feel me? He'd have us sit up and he would hold court by telling us stories and about millionaires and things like that, to that nature, you dig? Also, though, my cousin Duke was a legend, not only on the basketball court, but everybody in the View came to my grandmother's house to get trees in the early 90s. If you was from the turf, if you was from the View, from a lot of different places, but for sure from the View, you came to the dungeon to get you some trees up at 35 Jewels. Do you hear me, big baby? You understand me? And I used to be up there, my dun cussing, acting crazy, acting silly. Back then, I couldn't even go down the stairs. You understand me? I had to stay at the top of the stairs, you feel me? So, Tone Mackey was one of the executive producers for IMP. Let me rewind a little bit. So some people might say that the actual name, Ill Manor Posse, came about in my grandmother's house. Some might say that Duke was the first one to call the music Ill Manor, and others might say that he came up with the name. That's neither here nor there, you feel me? I'm not here to argue that. You know, some people gonna see this and be like, oh, he don't know what he's talking about. That's fine, man. I'm not here to argue that part, but I can't tell you how Jealousy was recorded, but I'm just giving y'all some background history on how my relationship with Nut came about, how he even gave me the opportunity to get on the song, and, you know, how much he loved my family, how much we love Nut, you dig? So Louie Lou, yeah, I'm talking about the Flavor Flav of IMP, you dig? The voice on all of the little skits and things on IMP. He was even on one of my favorite songs with Selsky. You dig? It'll never be right. You know what I mean? When he said, hey, welcome to Nigga Rage. You know what I mean? And Sel come on spitting. Niggas get smoked every day where I come from, the Bay Area, San Francisco. That man, that's one of my favorite songs. And Lou, you dig? He went crazy on the skit. You dig the whole thing. So that was one of my favorite songs of all time. But anyway, Louie Lou and his brother Snook, 2.2 was his rap name. Duke and Snook was best friends. You dig what I'm talking about? So they would all be at my house all the time. So, like, I've been knowing Lou and Snook since I was a baby, and they always loved me to death like I was their little brother or little cousin. But also, the executive producer at one point in IMP's existence was Tone Mackey. You dig? And Tone Mackey's grandmama lived about, I'm going to say 7 or 8 houses down from my grandmother on Jewel Street in Lakeview. Now, Tone Mackey was from Diamond Heights. Tone Mackey was a gangster, but also Tone Mackey was a gaffler. Do you hear me, big baby? He was one of them dudes way back then, you dig? Tone Mackey, he wasn't barring nothing, you dig? And if you was up to get gaffled, he was going to hit you. Tone Mackey was the dude to come over your house when your mama was in the kitchen cooking chicken. He might come through and be like, bro, let me get a couple pounds, man. I need to cop a few. You understand me? And when you go upstairs to check on, go get us some of that chicken, bro. When you go upstairs to go get the chicken, Tone Mackey goes in the bathroom and climb out the window with the pounds. That was Tone Mackey, you feel me? But he also was the executive producing IMP at the time, you feel me? So like I said, he was a gangster but a gaffer. Tone Mack was also the type of dude, you know what I mean? You might be like, hey, bro, your cousin got some work. I need 9 of them right quick. You dig? You be like, yeah, let me call it for you, Tone. Tone to put up on your cousin, you understand me? To go get the work. And 20 minutes later, your cousin will be calling you, talking about Tone gave him some the SF newspaper, the San Francisco Chronicle. You understand me? Cut up with a couple hundreds around it. Do you hear me, big baby? Mackie, then you understand me? Hit your cousin and burnt off on him, big baby. Do you hear me? Yeah, that was Tone Mackey. You feel me? A real gangster, man. Real charismatic. He was about a Diamond Heights, you know what I mean? A lot of the OGs gonna know him, you know what I mean? Some youngsters, you know, from our generation, they wouldn't know him unless they was intimately involved with him. I knew him because him and Duke was real close. He loved Dre as well. So when IMP back in those days, they used to go on little promotional tours and go down to LA to sell tapes and promote the albums and shit like that. Dre would take a ride with them down to LA, you feel me? My cousin, Big Price, aka Big Pimpin', you feel me? He'd ride down there with Nut and them for the weekend in LA, and they'd be out there passing out cassettes, you know, promoting the whole IMP lifestyle and shit like that, you feel me? And like I said, Duke and Lou's brother Snook was best friends. Snook, rest in peace, 2.2, that was my big dog. He was like one of my biggest supporters. Like, Snook was one of them ones, man, if he was with you, man, and he believed in you, he'll let you know that, you dig? So whatever I did, Snook was always like, "Why you one of them ones?" If it was a basketball game and my cousin Duke was coaching us at St. Amelia's, Snook was in the stands going crazy. When Duke used to play in the Midnight League and him and Keith Hankston would be going at it, or him and Al Stocksdale, and Duke would go crazy and go blank and get the, you know what I mean, shooting the lights out in the gym on Keith Hankston, which Keith Hankston, rest in peace, was one of the rawest to ever touch a basketball. So some more, just a little bit of history for y'all so y'all know. My cousin Dre used to coach Midnight League, you feel me? So, you know, he had coached Hankston and them team. They had the rawest team. They go to the championship down there every year. 2 years in a row, Keith Hankston, Hanky Pank, missed free throws, winning free throws to win a championship at Midnight League at Ocean View Park. And 1 year, Duke was on one team, my cousin Dre was coaching Keith Hastings' team, so the two brothers was going at it. Duke and them won the championship, and they was the underdog. Duke went crazy one night and shot the lights out, you feel me? Snook was in there in the stands going ballistic, you dig what I'm talking about? But anyway, like I said, my cousin Duke used to sell trees, so early in the 90s, if you wanted to smoke some real good trees, you was coming to Grandma's house. That's how I knew all the gangsters, all the hustlers from Lakeview, because they always used to come to Grandma's house, you dig? So, the Nut, the Rebel, you know what I'm talking about? Mr. IMP, Scandalous, Merciless, all them songs, man. Nut was a real solid individual, man. He was loyal to his soil. He believed in everything San Francisco and Bay Area. So, you know what I mean? If it was Nina Rada, you understand me? All that, man. Nut was 415 to the bone, Gristle, big baby. And he was the father of San Francisco gangster rap. A lot of people would tell you that. Anybody who know. And he motivated a lot of these dudes to get in the game, some of the legends that come out of the city that you know and love. So RBL, GLP, a lot of those dudes, especially the ones that was spitting that real gangster rap, they'll tell you, you feel me? They got motivated by hearing the Nut get busy, you know what I'm saying? Not only was his voice epic, but his work ethic, you know what I mean? I remember Big Dre used to be like, yeah, Nut, he used to have in the corner over there a whole bunch of notebooks stacked up this high, dude. You know what I'm talking about? With raps written in them, you understand me? And just go through them and spit raps to me all night, you feel me? So that was like what I used to get of Nut before I even really knew exactly who he was and got privy to his music. I already knew the person he was and the work ethic. And Nut was real to the bone, Gristle, you feel me? Like, you know what I mean? Like the pigtails, you know what I mean? The tattoos, like, and he was a loyal dude. Like, if he believed in you and he was rocking with you, he gonna tell you, yeah, Selsky, that's my little brother. Bald head, you understand me? SB, you know what I mean? Wine, you know what I mean? Swoop, he loved us. He loved us. We was like, you understand me? His little brothers, like, we were his little brothers, but he gave us this birthright, you feel me? And he gave us all the inspiration and the motivation to do this music shit. You dig what I'm talking about, big baby? He was the one. And Nut was just like, he was solid. He was real, and he was gonna cut the fat too. He was gonna tell you if we got up in the studio and you got to writing some shit and the shit was subpar, another be like, nah, you need to write that over, dude. You understand me? Nah, homeboy. Hey, Juan, yeah, when we come back, you gonna do another one, or whoever it was. He'll let your ass know. But he was solid to the point where he'll be like, come get on this too, though. You feel me? He wasn't acting funny how some niggas are getting in the studio, get to acting all Hollywood and shit like that. Nah, Nut'd be like, nigga, I want you to get on something. I got a song for you, whatever. And Nut was loved all over the Bay Area. Like, real ones loved Nut. Nut used to take me to Totally Insane House in EPA. We might go to a picnic out in Lake Elizabeth or somewhere, and he'd be like, go to EPA, you feel me? We rock to EPA and go to Al Capone house, you feel me? I'm up in there with the legends back then, a youngster, you feel me? I used to listen to the live from the back streets and all that shit. Next thing I know, we sitting in the living room with Al Capone and them. They love Nut, you feel me? 211, you understand me? All these dudes, you know what I mean? He wasn't one of them dudes like, oh, it's only about IMP. Nah, if you from the city, from Frisco, and you was rocking, he loved that shit. He sleep tight, all them dudes, man, he loved it, them dudes, you feel me? Another cracking up with a 40, and he'll be on the block with his shirt off, with the radio bumping some new shit. Not gonna let you hear, all niggas be like, oh, no, bro, this something new, you can't, not letting you hear that exclusive shit before it come out. You feel me? Whatever it was, Nut gonna put it in your ear. Like, what you think about this, bruh? This called the Bayway with Leo J and them on there, or whatever it is. He letting you know, hear the exclusive shit. You could come to the studio, and we at the studio tonight. Why I come through? You feel me? He was one of them ones. Nut'd take us. We might go to the Budweiser Fest or something. They used to have them in Santa Rosa, I think, you feel me? I remember one time we done went to the Santa Rosa Fest. We going to see Nut perform. You know what I mean? The whole turf. When Nut finna perform on Iron Peak, the whole turf is coming out, big baby. You know what I'm talking about? We might meet up in the turf somewhere in front of Robin's shop on Broad Street. You understand me? It'll be 100 niggas, and I'm talking about from everywhere. You understand me? And Nut used to rock with real niggas from all over, so it'll be 75 Levy, but it'll be, you understand me, 211 gonna be with us. Homicide from Oak Park. Before it was a Mozzie, you feel me? It was Homicide from Oak Park. They call me Mr. Dayton, the triple gold killer. I'll be the reason for murder to a young black nigga. You understand me? Look that up, yeah. Look up Homicide from Oak Park, you feel me? Before Mozzie, no disrespect, but I rock with Mozzie, of course, but this was way before then. Nut used to be in Oak Park, you feel me? So Nut was one of them dudes, he'd be a little bit of everywhere, you understand me? He'll pull us up in Brookfield, you know what I'm talking about, in Oakland, you understand me? And them niggas loved it, the Nut. You feel me? We kind of a little bit nervous. We finna go to a show. Let's go to Oakland. They used to have some weed in Oakland called Crip weed. It was probably stronger than Nade. You hear what I'm talking about? Real ones who see this, they're gonna be like, that youngster right there know what he's talking about. I was a baby. You know what I mean? They used to be taking me to the concert with RBL performing 11-5. We might have a concert in Fresno, Bakersfield, somewhere far as hell. I'm in the way back of the minivan, way back. Duke had me, you know what I mean? I was the youngster. I knew how to roll trees back then, man, 13, 14. Some of the niggas didn't even know how to roll blunts yet. Juan know how to roll. Duke had me a zip and be like, start rolling it, little cousin. I'll roll up a zip in Swishers, a zip in Vegas, you feel me? Then we'll go to Brookfield and go get some of that Crip. We pull up in Brookfield, Oakland niggas looking like they see Nut. Oh, Nut! They love the Nut. You feel me? Way in the town. You know what I'm saying, though? Like, he was always locked in. EPA, Oakland, Richmond, wherever we was at, they knew Nut and they loved the Nut. You feel me? That's just how it was. Nut was always one of them individuals that he spread so much love, and you know what I mean? He just was a real one. He wasn't no sucker. And they would represent this Frisco gangster music and this shit all up and down the West Coast. You understand me? Not just in the Bay Area, you feel me? Them fools used to be having shows in Portland, and you know what I mean? A lot of the places where Bay Area artists go now, and they got a following, a sturdy following, the places they go now, and they get their money. Nut created them lanes in them angles, you feel me? They used to be going, and they used to go out of town and get into it. You understand me? I can't even speak on some of the shit, but I'm talking about they used to go out of town and really be out there, you understand me, in Royal Rumbles and, you understand me, all type of crazy shit, attempters and real gangster shit. Like, Nut was not no sucker. You feel me? And anybody who know the Nut will tell you that Nut get busy, you feel me? Not only on that microphone, but he'll get busy with them hands too, you feel me? How he talked on them records and how aggressive he was, that's how he was in real life. He wasn't no sucker, you feel me? Nut was one of them dudes, you know what I mean? So, Tone Mackey, Louie Lou's, and all these different individuals, the C Freshers, you dig? I knew all these dudes, man, before I ever got down in the music, you dig? And all these fools used to come to the house, Bald Head Ricks and, you understand me, Trelly Trues and all these dudes who loved Nut and who was cult followers and supporters. They used to be in the basement. You go in grandma's basement at my house, and all the real OG Lakeview partners, they'll tell you, like, they used to grab weed from Duke, and I used to be down there peeking through the door. They'd be like, nigga, get up out of here. You know what I'm saying? But it'd be 10 of them in that low-ass basement smoking. Duke was smoking niggas under the table, and you understand me? Nothing them would be in there asleep, knocked out. Duke would be still up watching some shit, you feel me? You know what I mean? Like, back then. But anyway, so fast forward. My mama always lived on Cusada. You feel me? Before I was born, she lived on Cusada. So a lot of the fools who know me, like they know that some people call me Voice, but a lot of people call me Young Juan, Don Juan. And when I got indicted and when I couldn't be in Lakeview no more and I had stay away orders and I had gang enhancements and I switched up my game and I started to set up shop on Q Street, a lot of fools from Hunters Point who really didn't know, they was like, how they letting this Lakeview nigga come over here to the Q and set up shop and bring these Lakeview niggas over here? What they don't know is I was on the Q before it was a Q. And that's on God, you feel me? And my Q Street homies will tell you, like, they love my mama, Auntie Linda. She was a legend, you feel me? So I used to be on Q Street before it was a Q Street. I remember when Sid from Kirkwood, you understand me, was from Q Street. Yeah, Esco, you understand me? Rest in peace to the dead. Rest in peace, Esco. I remember Esco was from Q Street, big baby. Do you hear me? I remember when a lot of the dudes who, you know what I mean, is outside now, whatever, it wasn't none of that. We used to just play me, T-Bone, AJ, my boy AJ, you feel me, and Filipino John. You dig? We was the only kids on Q Street. Pac-Man, Mac-Man, that's my little cousin. He came outside later on, you hear me? You know what I mean? We didn't let his big head ass come off the porch yet, you feel me? Love you, Mac-Man, you understand me? But yeah, this was way back in the gap, way back in the days when they still had Seafood Circus on right there by the Q, you understand me? Espasos, Harold's Meat Market right there. They don't know about that, you feel me? That's legendary shit right there, big baby. But anyways, the Enhancer Studio. The Enhancer, where RBL, Forte, JT, all the legends used to record and did a lot of their famous hits at. It used to be over there by Page Street, right? The Enhancer. And TC was his engineer, but TC made beats too. Shout out to TC, the legend, you dig? That was on Page Street. The studio used to be on Page Street, right? But before, it was on Page Street, where a lot of the hits that y'all know and love, that y'all listen to, that came out of San Francisco, California. Before it was on Page Street, it was in Bayview, on top of the all-night market, in the Enhancer's house. You dig what I'm talking about? TC used to be the engineer, and the Enhancer, you feel me? It was his studio, and TC and the Enhancer always been like peanut butter and jelly, big baby, as far as I can remember. I know it was a time before me and all that shit, but I'm telling you, you understand me from my recollection. So, above the all-night market, you feel me, down the street a little bit, the Enhancer had a house right there. And in his house was the studio, you dig? And that's where we used to go record before the Enhancer had the official space in Page Street that everybody knows about, where we all used to go. They used to have the room right there, and you used to have to go outside in the front and smoke, and we used to walk to 2 Jackson, the Page Street, and go get some trees, go get some fish and shit. Before it was on Page Street, it was in Bayview, big baby. Do you hear me? But you understand me? You wouldn't know that because you wasn't there. Do you hear me? So, like I said, my mama from Q Street. My mama lived on Q Street since I was a kid. I always split between Cusada Street and Jules. You understand me? I live with my grandmother. My grandmother raised me, but my mama lived on Q Street. She was a hustler. So if I didn't spend summers in Lakeview at Ocean View Park, it'll be on Q Street, and I'll be back and forth to Jolie and to the Bayview Foundation and shit like that. Do you hear me, big baby? So this particular day, like I said, my cousin Duke sell trees. So Nut comes in the house with Big Jace. Shout out to Big Jace. Big Jace had a blue Cadillac Seville, if I'm not mistaken. I know we was in a Seville. I might be wrong on the color. Like I said, some of these details, this was 20 years or 25 years ago. I was probably 13 when I Smell Jealousy came out. You feel me? So a lot of this shit, it might be a little off, but for the most part, they know I'm talking the truth. You feel me? They little cousin, you understand me? The voice of the people, you understand me? Young Juan, Don Juan. I ain't gonna lie to you, big baby. Do you hear me? You understand me? So, Nut comes in the house one day, you feel me? Jason them, Jace brings him over. You feel me? Big Jace. I forgot who else was in the car. I know it could have been Louie Lou. It could have, but if I'm not mistaken, Louie Lou and then was already there at the studio. But I know that for sure it was me, Nut, and Fat Jason at Seville. So I remember this shit like it was yesterday. Do you hear me? So we had, I want to say Grandma had just ordered some ocean pizza. Y'all know about that ocean pizza. If you're from the turf or you had a cousin or somebody, auntie in Lakeview, man, and ordered one of them greasy ass ocean pizzas, man, with the dough ball in the middle, man, you pick that thing up and the cheese and the pepperoni, get this. Ooh, big baby, that was some of the baddest shit. You understand me? Do you hear me? Rest in peace to ocean pizza, man. You understand me? But anyway, Grandma had just got a fresh ocean pizza. Nut and them come in there. Nut says, "What's up, young Juan? What you doing?" I say, "Nothing, bro. What y'all doing?" "We about to hit the studio on Hunters Point." I said, "Oh, for real? I was about to go to Mom's house. Can I get a ride over to Mom's house?" "Yeah, come on. It's all good." So Nut run, you know what I mean? Anybody who could see this right now, they know. You come to the front door, Grandma knew what was up. Grandma opened the door. "Hey, Ronald. Hey, cougnut. Hey, Granny. Hey, Mama Kareem." They look in the kitchen. Everybody that comes in the house, they pay their respects, look in the kitchen, say what's up to Mama Kareem, say hello and all that shit. And then they understand me, get the pleasantries out the way. Then they go downstairs to the dungeon, big baby. If I'm lying, I'm dying. You hear me? So Nut goes down there, get him a couple bags of trees, you feel me? And Duke was charging straight. You know how you be like, it's 227, let me get 2 for 30. Man, you be lucky if Duke give you 2 for 35. And everybody who see this, they're going to be laughing like, you ain't never lied. That nigga Duke was tight. He want 37, 38. You understand me? You might. Nut probably got 2 for 35 just because of who he was. You understand me? But everybody else, man, nigga, he Duke $38, man. $2 off, man. Anything. Me. I used to, you understand me? When I used to get trees, me and Fed, you understand me, Fed Eddie, my brother, I sent Fed down there because Duke wasn't giving me no love. That nigga charging me straighter than him, you know what I mean? He charging me straight, big baby. Do you hear me? I'm talking about to the tilt, you feel me? Bald head, cougnut, it's a couple people that he just love to death, like with all his heart, that he gonna give him a discount. But me, no, you feel me? And I love you, cousin. That's my big brother. He know I love him, but he gonna see this and know I ain't lying. So, but anyway, Nut goes down the stairs, man, grabs the bags, comes back out. "Grant, can I get a piece of pizza?" "Yeah, boy, Ronald, you know you can have a piece of pizza. Boy, if you don't get some of that pizza." So Nut grabs him a slice, you understand me? "Come on, young Juan, let's go. We finna roll." He hops in the car, Big Jace. You understand me? You know how you slam down that thing, man, bust that right, man. Yeah, you're getting on the freeway, man, on the way to that point by that BART station, big baby. You know how the descent feel, man, when you about to hit that other side, man. You hear me when I'm talking about that, big baby? Huh? But anyway, man, so we in the car, so Nut knocking down that pizza. "Oh, yeah, young Juan, I need you to get on this song for me. You feel me? I need you to just say this part right quick." I'm like, okay, it's all good. You understand me? You know me. I'm trying to be cool and calm and collected. But on the inside, nigga, what? Nigga, get on the song. I'm so, you understand me, pump. You know what I mean? What you want me to say, Nut? You understand me? I'm acting, you understand me, like I'm cool and calm. But really, I'm happy that a song with Nut. To talk, I don't give a fuck if I am just talking. What? Is you crazy? This is before this is before Ghetto Mentality, before me and Swoop started rapping. So this is way before we even thought about we was going to actually rap. We probably wanted to, but this is before Stressed Out, before Peep Game, and before I got on ATC album, The Playground. This is before all that shit, you feel me? Youngsters wasn't even, I don't even know if it was no youngsters rapping yet. So just to be able to get on a song with Nut, you know what I mean? I used to go to the studio. They had another one called Sucker Free Studios in Lakeview, you feel me? So I used to go to the studio and listen to Nut record Merciless 2 and songs like that. So I'd have been in the studio with him before. But Nut like, "Yeah, I want you to talk on this song." I'm like, okay, it's all good, big bro, whatever. So we pull up right here to the Enhancer house over there on the top of R9 Market, like I said. We go in. Louie Lou is already in there recording his part. Now, Nut was a genius when it came to putting these songs together, how he wanted them organized, the structure of it, how he wanted it to sound, because anybody who knows Nut, his voice was an instrument. How he delivered, it was just so raw and rugged, you feel me? Nut got one of the most legendary rap voices that you will ever hear in your life, you feel me? So when it came to structure and shit, Nut could picture how he wanted it before it even took place, you dig what I'm talking about, big baby? So he knew what he wanted. He already had told Lou what to say. So I come up in there, you feel me? He telling Lou, you know what I mean? Lou was already there in the studio, if I'm not mistaken. So we come up in there, you know what I mean? We're at the enhancer house. We fired up the trees or whatever, all that shit. So we get up in there. So Lou starts saying his part. So he like, Lou, yeah. And y'all, anybody, if you know the song Jealousy, then you know how we put it together. So Lou gets up in there, yeah, man, them RBL niggas, man, you understand me? They ain't all that talking about all that Bama weed shit and whoop, and you know what I mean? How he do his part, you feel me? And them IMP niggas, man. Nigga, I don't really think that, you know what I mean? I can't remember it word for word, but y'all know how it went. The legendary song. You know how it went. But anyway, so now Louis Ludin did his part, you feel me? So now it's time for me to get up in there and do my part. Me, I'm a young smart ass. I know every damn thing. So when I first get up in there to say the shit, I get to saying it. I'm like, hey, hold on, Potter, smell like jealousy. Yo, player hating ass nigga, whoop. And he look nut like, nah, young one, hold it, man. You feel me? You gotta the I smell jealousy gotta be last. So that when you say that, that's when I come in rapping. So I done said it a couple times. I'm trying to, you know what I mean, throw my spin on it, make it how I want it, you know what I mean? I'm already bad as hell, smoking weed and cussing and acting stupid already, you feel me? So finally he like, no, man, the I smell jealousy got to be last. So I come on, you know what I mean? Now, at this time, I'm so young. That's why they call me the voice now, because my voice finally got deeper, and everybody who see me and hear me be like, damn, this nigga voice crazy, you dig? But before, I was the voice on that song, and people didn't even know who I was, you know what I'm saying? Everybody would be repeating that shit. I hear people saying it, see people saying it, and don't even know that I'm the person who said that, you dig? Yeah, Stimmy, your favorite family member, do you hear me? So finally I said, hey, hold on, partner. What kind of cologne you got on? Player hating ass nigga, smell like jealousy. And my voice was so high pitched, man. I sound like I was 10 and I was 13, you feel me? So I say my part, you feel me? Finally, boom. Nut didn't even finish the whole song that day. And I remember him saying it was for Herm's compilation and all that shit. I didn't know who Herm was, and you know what I mean? I didn't know nothing about that, you feel me? I just know that he said it was gonna be on the compilation and, you know, shit like that. So finally I say my part, and I want to say Nut recorded maybe the first verse or two. He didn't do the whole song that day. And they added on some of the sounds and shit that you hear back there, like it sounds like I walked up to Louis Lou at the bus stop, or like we standing outside. That shit was added later, you feel me? We just did our actual verbal part at that moment. You dig what I'm saying? So I lay my part, you understand me? Nut does like 2 verses. They still up in there fucking around and shit. So I'm like, I did my part. I'm like, I'm gone, bro. I'm about to walk to mom's house. Now, Q Street is right around the corner. You feel me? All Night Market right here. So I'm so used. Usually I would have got off the bus right there in front of Golden Eagles. You feel me? Shout out to Golden Eagles too. Had them Cajun turkey joints with that clam chowder. I know y'all know. If you was around, boy, them was some of the baddest sandwiches just to me known to man. But don't let me get off target though. But anyway, you feel me? Yeah. So you understand me? I do my part or whatever you dig. I hit the corner, man, walk to Q Street, ring the doorbell, mom's buzzed me up. Mom, I just did a song with cougnut. Woo, I'm pumped, you feel me? Telling moms, woo. Now, my mama is a gangster, man. My mama used to manage artists, BMW. If y'all know Wayne Hayes, you understand me? Honest Bob, you feel me? From Filmo. My mama used to manage him, Brian, and Marcus from the Bayview Foundation. They used to have a rap group. Wayne Hayes, Honest Bob, you feel me, from Filmo, Marcus from the Bayview Foundation, Big Mark, that works at the Bayview Foundation, or used to, and my cousin Brian Evans, you feel me? They used to have a rap group called BMW. My mama was their manager, you feel me? You was trying to get them on back then. So this shit already been in my DNA. You dig what I'm talking about, big baby? So moms, I tell moms, you feel me? I'm pumped. I'm thinking she gonna say, "What, baby? You on cougnut album?" Woo. Mom say, "Well, how much did they pay you? Did they give you some paperwork to sign? They didn't give you no money. Well, I don't get on nobody else's album without getting paid for it." I'm thinking to myself, well, Moms, he would have put any other little kid on there. What the hell you mean getting paid? I'm just young one, man. I'm happy to be on somebody's shit. I'm thinking I'm gonna tell her this and she finna be all happy and shit. Nah, she cursed me out. She mad than a motherfucker. I done went and got on somebody's album and didn't get paid. How much did they pay you? Was what my mama said. You feel me? Auntie Linda, you understand me with her crazy ass. She wanna know, did Ronald the cougnut pay you to get on there? I know, mom. Damn, no, man. Fucked up my moment, you feel me? But anyway, so Miles hit me with that, you know what I'm saying? So now, you feel me? I done did the song recorded, you feel me? I probably told a couple of my partners, you know what I mean? Time didn't pass, you know, I probably forgot about the shit. So now, nigga, the posters come out with Herm sitting right there, and they got the discography, you feel me, and they say the names, and it say I Smell Jealousy on there. So now I'm like, I smell jealousy. Oh, that's the song I did with Nut in them. You feel me? I'm on that. So boom, nigga. That compilation comes out, nigga. Selsky got a song on there, Sugar Bear. All these different artists, nigga. That was one of the hardest compilations that ever came out of San Francisco. And this is back when compilations was getting popular, you feel me? Before West Coast Bad Boys, you feel me? Herm was groundbreaking with this shit right here, and he put all city talent on it. So it was just a dope idea, and it was just, you know, just something real groundbreaking for Herm to do this. And he put people from the Turfs all over the city, you feel me? And at this time, this is when the city used to be at war. Hunters Point, Fillmore used to be beef, and Lakeview and Fillmore, you know what I mean? These different neighborhoods was going to war. So for him to bring this shit together, you feel me? It was a real beautiful time, man. You understand me? And it made it so that everybody has something that they could share, because it was like we was all on this shit, man. So man, when that shit came on, man, and you hear Louis Lou do his part, man. I remember when the first time I actually heard it with the compilation, you feel me? And I heard Louis Lou come on and then hear my voice on there. Hey, hold on, partner. I'm like, yeah, that's me on there. You understand me? That's me. They like, Juan, that's you? Man, made me a San Francisco legend instantly. My young partners and shit, everybody like, Juan on jealousy. Y'all didn't hear Juan on jealousy? I remember, you feel me, back then. You understand me? My boy Edamita used to be on the ranch. He thought he had jokes back then. Edamita said, yeah, the niggas on the ranch thought that was a girl. And I said, yeah, you're right, nigga, suckers, you know what I mean? But anyway, you feel me? My voice was a little squeaky, but they knew damn well that wasn't don't play, you understand me? But anyway, man, yeah, man, when I first heard that shit, man, and they had them Herm posters all over the city of San Francisco just to see that song, I Smell Jealousy, it should have said featuring Louis Lou and Young Juan. You understand me? So I could have got a little bit more recognition, big baby. But that's neither here nor there. I was on there, you understand me? And I'm talking about what? Instantly, man, you understand me? All my big cousins and shit, they was happy before I used to get on their nerves when they come around. Now when I come, that's my little cousin right there. That's him on jealousy. Oh, yeah, nigga, y'all want me to come around now. You'll get a little bit of fame off your little cousin, huh? Yeah, man, that was me on there. Yeah, still be. Yeah, you understand me? So, you know what I mean? I used to play hoops with niggas all over the city. So everybody that knew who I was and hung out with me or played, they knew that was me, you feel me? So everybody loved to be like, this my nigga Juan right here. He on the song Jealousy, you feel me? And I'm telling you, to this day, I have made friendships. I have had connections, introductions to people, because anybody who knew Cougnut, right? There was a couple things that was synonymous with Nut's name, you feel me? IMP, of course, the name of the group, but the song Scandalous, anybody who know Cougnut knows Scandalous. One of my favorite songs of all time. That was some of the hardest shit ever, you feel me? I'm Rolling and Jealousy, you dig what I'm talking about? People all, because it was a compilation, but I know Herm sold a whole lot of damn copies of that compilation, and I know it went all over the country. Later on, it spread out further, but for sure, the West Coast, everybody heard that song, and that song, I Smell Jealousy, is one of the most iconic songs to come out of San Francisco, California. So if I introduce myself, even when I've been living in L.A., I might, because Nut was one of them dudes, niggas in L.A. knew Nut. You feel me? Nut used to fuck with Suge Knight, and you understand me? So I might be like, I'm from Frisco. They'd be like, oh, for real? And I'd be like, you ever heard of Cougnut? They'd be like, what? Of course I heard of Cougnut. And I'd be like, you ever heard the song I Smell Jealousy? Yeah, nigga, that's my shit right there. I'm the little kid on there. What? That's you on there? Yeah, bro, that was me when I was a little kid. You understand me? I was a youngster, man. You feel me, though? Yeah, man, but yeah. So, man, rest in peace to the Nut, man. I love you with all my heart, big bro. You understand me? I'm trying to keep this shit lit, man. Your legacy will live forever through UNLV, through Selsky, through San Francisco, man. Just want to let people know, like, how much pride Nut took into his city, into the Bay Area rap culture. He loved the whole Bay Area, you feel me? Not just Lakeview, not just San Francisco. Not only did he love the Bay Area, but the Bay Area loved him. So I just wanted to give y'all a little history. So that's kind of how it came about. That's how we recorded the song I Smell Jealousy, you understand me, on the Herm compilation, Trying to Survive in the Ghetto. And that's one of them songs that made not only Nut a household name, he was already famous, you feel me? But it made my voice famous. And one of the reasons why they call me the voice, you understand me, because I was the voice on there. My voice is deep now, you know what I'm talking about? And I be spitting that real shit as much as possible. Like I said, some of the details might be a little off, or, you know, it might be some parts and pieces that people might want to argue or go back and forth with. But for the most part, anybody who sees me tell these stories and shit, they're going to be able to ultimately relate and understand what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about? So, you understand me? One time for their mind, I'm going to say it one more time, you understand me? Hey, hold on, partner. What kind of cologne you got on? Player hating ass nigga, smell like jealousy. If you don't know the song Jealousy, if you don't know that was your favorite family member, if you don't know Nut was a legend, you wasn't there, big baby. K-I-U.